Are we live?
It looks like we're live, bro.
Looks like we're live. Well, for the people out there, when we have a scheduled event by 7:09, if we don't go live, we lose the event, and then all of y'all following wouldn't be able to follow. So
Right.
He'll make it in here in a little. I'm kind of excited today, man. We got.
I am too, especially if Lita Ford's going to be on. I'm like, wow.
Yeah, that's heaven below, man. That's
I have
Patrick
never met anybody from heaven below, so I'm excited about that too.
Yeah, Patrick Kennison and John Younger, man. We kind of somewhat grew up together. We always hung out, and it was always good times, man. We were around. We were around when there was great venues in San Antonio to perform at, and it's not like today, but it was also a different time like that. We're not young bucks. But let's start off with that little Texas beat, Floyd. What do you say?
Cool? It, brother.
Yes.
Don't need no education. We don't need no thought control. No dark sarcasm in the classroom. Teachers leave them kids alone. Hey, Jesus, leave them kids alone. All in all, it's just another brick in the wall. All in all, you're just another brick in the wall. We don't need no education. We don't need no thought control.
That's rock.
Yeah, well, yeah. So I guess it just froze up, huh?
No.
So what's going on, Hutch? How was your week, man? How was your weekend?
My weekend was actually good. I did my first gig in like a long time, running sound up at Retox for a buddy of mine's band, actually a few friends of mine's band, called Digital Copy. And everything went well, man.
Yeah, I heard you on the Ticket 760.
Yeah,
Tell us about it. Tell us what they do, how they mash things up. Is that correct?
Yeah.
What do they do?
What they do is they have they do a lot of the poppy songs that are out nowadays, like by Ariana Grande, it's got Billie Eilish, stuff like that, and they make like this rock edge to it that is really, really good. So there was a couple of, I think it was like 3 different songs they did by Halsey, and all of them were pretty kick-ass.
Nice.
Yeah, and they did 3 different sets. They went from like 10 o'clock to 2 o'clock in the morning, and it just fucking rocked out, man. It's badass.
What's up, boss? Yeah. So what's going on? I see that shirt all loud. It looks like it's an LED shirt. Mothership. What's up with those guys?
Actually, I haven't talked to them in a long time. But for those people that don't know, Mothership is a Led Zeppelin cover band, and I've run sound for them many a time, and got some good friends in there as well. So, but I ended up they gave me a shirt one time, and I've been rocking it ever since. So,
well, cool, man.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what we're gonna do, because I got some videos that I uploaded here earlier. While we wait for Patrick, we're bringing him on the show. We're going to talk about his past with Union Underground. Did you ever hear of Union Underground?
Oh, hell yeah, dude!
All right, cool. Union Underground.
All right, motherfucker.
All the things he's done since he's moved to Los Angeles. We're going to talk about Heaven Below. We're going to talk about him with being the guitarist for Lita Ford and backup singer. But we're also going to be talking about they released an album, and it's called Departed, and it's artists that have passed. And so I'm gonna do a little video of him, and he's doing a cover of Like a Stone from Chris Cornell. Let's kick back and watch this video while we'll give us some time to jump in.
Why don't share your greed? The only kind I need. The ace of spades. The ace of spades. Playing for the high one, dancing with the devil. In your house, I long to be. Roam by roam, patiently I wait for you there, like a stone. I wait for you there, crawling in my skin. These wounds, they will not heal. Fear is how I fall, confusing what is real.
Pretty kick ass.
Well, no. See, I uploaded 2 videos, and they're both the same thumbnails. Let's play Like a Stone in its entirety, man. Forgive me, guys.
On a cobweb afternoon in a room full of emptiness, by a freeway, I confess I was lost in the pages of a book full of death, reading how we die alone, and if we're good, we're laid to rest anywhere we wanna go. In your house, I long to be. Roam by roam, patiently I wait for you there, like a stone. I wait for you there, alone. And on my deathbed, I will pray to the gods and the pagan or anyone who will take me to heaven, to a place that I recall. I was there so long ago. The sky was bruised, the wine was bled, and there you led me on. In your house, I long to be, row by row, patiently I wait for you there, like a stone. I wait for you there, alone, alone. And on I read until the day was gone, and I sat and regret of all the things I've done, for all that I've blessed and all that I've wronged. In dreams until my death, I will wander on. In your house I long to be, room by room, patiently I'll wait for you there, like a stone. I'll wait for you there, alone, alone.
Ken, you are definitely right. I think that Chris Cornell would approve. Chris Cornell is probably one of my favorite vocalists of all time. I'm going to mute his mic so we don't hear his conversation. There you go, Adriel.
Okay, I'm on the phone with him. Hey, talk a little bit. I got to walk him through this. 1 second.
Oh, no, he's
There he
here.
is. There he is.
Oh, and he pulled him off. There,
Oh, yeah, pull him off.
there he is. There he is.
Patrick, what's up, buddy?
Hey, how's it going? Is my phone cool
Well-
sideways?
well, Yeah, you're looking great.
There we
hang
go.
on.
I got it.
There we go. How's it? Were you stuck in that LA traffic? First
Dude,
day
today
y'all are
was
open
the-
now, right?
It was the first day that the world famous 405 was kind of back to normal with traffic. It's been empty for forever, for months. And today was the first day it got all long. It got back to traffic again.
I hear you, man. How do y'all like it being open? Are you on the front lines out there with your job outside of music?
All I do is music, so I've been off because all
What is
our
that?
touring stuff got postponed. But I'm a little bit removed right outside of LA. I'm just past LAX. I'm in the South Bay. I'm in Torrance. If you ever saw the movie Boogie Nights, remember how he was like, "I'm from Torrance." That's where I live.
Awesome, man. Awesome. Well, thank you for joining us, man. I don't know where to start. I know your story. We kind of grew up together. I was telling Hutch earlier as we started to go live, because once we set an event, if we don't go on 9 minutes after it starts, like at 7:09, we lose all the followers and then we got to repost again. So we went live at 7:07. But I was telling him, we were fortunate enough when we were kids, man. We grew up and we had a lot of killer venues to perform at here in San Antonio back in our day. Where it's not that.
Yeah, even before we were of age, we'd have to have our parents take us and pick us up.
Yes. I mentioned we didn't even have a driver's license. You know what I mean? And
didn't need that.
No. So where would you like to start for my guests that do not know where, do we want to start with the Union Underground? Do we want to start what you're doing now with the release of, Departed and your new Iron Maiden cut?
Yeah, we can work. Let's go chronological. Let's kick it off where you and me did our thing and starting, both born and raised in San Antonio and
Right.
all that stuff. The 90s, man, I guess when we were kids, it was the late 80s, early 90s.
Yeah, it was, yeah. Oh, it was definitely the 80s back then.
Yeah, and let me see. We both did the cover scene. I played with Michael and the Max in the mid 90s for as long as I could.
And then you remember I joined there for a little bit when you were with them. Yeah, right at the end. I think you were with them for just about another 2 months, and then you left. And then
I was fortunate, man. I mean, we actually got a paycheck. Remember back then and we didn't even have to work regular jobs. We got to just play music, and that was like, hold on a minute. I don't have to clock in somewhere at 9 a.m. How is this possible?
Right, correct, man. And then we met every Monday, right, at Hooters to collect our checks.
Yeah,
we had our meetings with Michael. Yeah, man. So the old Boys in Heat days, the Pretty Please, the freak shows. That
was our college, Adriel. Look we learned everything what not to do.
we sure did. We sure did, man. But it was a wonderful journey, right? And look where it got us. We were blessed to. We were blessed to make it out, man, and have others believe, and work hard and strive hard for it,
Absolutely. We made it about the music. I think if we would have made it about the money, we would have quit. But nonetheless, like I said a minute ago, when we did get paychecks, we were like surprised and happy.
Right. I mean, our paychecks were totally different pay wage than they are today for the local cover scenes, And now they're breaking it down.
It was enough to upsize your Taco Cabana order.
Oh Lord. So let's talk about Union Underground, man. Because I was with the Chris Pettis band, and I remember I was in LA. We did a finale at the Greek Theater for the Watcha tour, and we were checking in, and you and Brian and the rest of the guys were checking in at the Hollywood Roosevelt. That's where we always stayed.
I remember George Clinton was staying there, and we were partying with George fucking Clinton. And
everyone stayed there. Ziggy Marley. I mean, that's a great spot. Did y'all ever stay at the Sportsman's Lodge?
Absolutely. Yep. I have some blurry memories from there too. We did all the wrong decisions at both those places. Exactly.
Everyone did.
Yeah. But we lived, so we're all good.
Yeah. So I don't know how deep you want to go into Union Underground, but that is your start,
Absolutely. I remember at the end of the Max, I told those guys, I said, my band is showcasing for record companies. And I mean, just to be from San Antonio and say I'm showcasing for major labels, that just sounds weird. I mean, there's been great people out of San Antonio, but it's not everyday occurrence. And everybody was like, wow, you mean a record label that I've heard of, that has bands I've heard of, is coming to see you? And I was like, yeah. And ultimately, after 6 labels said, yeah, cool band, but we're not ready for the commitment. Finally, Sony Columbia in 98, I think it was, said, yeah, we like this band. We're gonna do this. And I think we got signed out of the White Rabbit in over there on St. Mary's.
Yeah, the old White Rabbit.
We had a packed show. We had pyro. This is before the Great White Incident, years before that. We had video screens. We purposely did everything in Union Underground to make it look like we were already successful. And of course, songs and everything. And when we started treating it like that, it was like other people started perceiving it like that, but really we'd be loading my truck afterwards.
Yeah, I keep telling everybody, it's about perception. You got to put it out there, man. What's your vision? Put it out there.
It was difficult, man. We did a lot of things. We had video screens in time with the drummer, and the drummer had a click track, and it had to be on time. And we had pyro and everything. We would talk about, what are we going to wear? What are the lights like? What do we say between the songs? We grew up on Motley Crue and Metallica and Judas Priest. I'd have ridden a Harley out there if I could. So we finally got a label that gave us money, gave us 6 figures. And I remember my singer and me and Brian going to cash a 6-figure check at our banks that we would deposit $50 into from our merch sales. We showed up with a 6-figure check from Sony Columbia. I remember all the tellers got together to go, oh, these are those guys that play down the street. They got a record deal. And then everybody treated us like we were somebody. And that that does a number to your head, but you have to go, man, that's perception. Their perception's probably different from my perception, you know?
Right. Yeah, that was great. And then how long was y'all's run? Yeah, it was a very successful run you had.
A little bit, but it was done by 2002, and not just because of our undoing. I remember by 2002, after the Napster thing and all that, I remember Sony had gotten rid of Columbia had gotten rid of 75 artists, meaning they let bands go and people finish their contract. Like even Ozzy went on to a different contract elsewhere. And so it wasn't just us, but we did help it along because we did a lot of the cliche decisions, in my opinion. There was a lot of cliche behind the music, dumb decisions. We were in our 20s. We knew better, but we didn't act better.
Right. Now, am I mistaken? Weren't y'all like sponsored by WWE? Because I remember seeing a couple of performances, or I saw one performance, and that was huge.
That was one of our last things we did with me and the band. We were approached by the WWE because they had a new wrestler. His name was Test, and he needed a theme song. So we worked on this song for Test out here in Santa Monica, producing it ourselves. And we gave it to the label, and we didn't hear anything for a couple of days. And we're like, oh, no, they must not like it. And then 3 days later, they said, hey, guys, it's not going to be for Test. We don't want to do that song. We're going to make it the main theme song every Monday night for the Raw show. And we're like, holy crap, we'll take it. And it happened.
That's awesome, man. I've been hearing somewhere that there's a new Union Underground album coming out.
That is not with me or the original members. The singer has gotten control of the name, and I heard the same as you did. I haven't seen much, but I heard the same. So I'm waiting just like you guys are.
Okay, cool.
Maybe I should call Brian and have him on here and see what's going on. I followed him.
I don't know. Does he have a cell phone?
I got a friend of mine that knows him, actually. I'll just pass the word along.
You might have to fax him.
Nice. Hell yeah, dude. Well, who else have you toured with and everything? I'd like to know some of these stories. Like Adriel knows all these stories. Me, on the other hand, I know Jack and Jack left town. So, tell me some things, bro.
Let me see. In 2002, after that WWE thing, was it 2003? I was done with Union Underground, so I moved out to Los Angeles. I didn't have much money, just holding on to a little bit of royalty money and gig money. I lived in a 2-bedroom apartment with a guy named DJ Ashba that went on to Guns N' Roses and 6 a.m., as well as my current bass player for my original band, John Younger. And we would pool our money together to pay rent down behind Man's Chinese Theater over there in Hollywood. And I got a call from Scott Humphrey, super producer that was working with Union Underground. He produces big albums. He said, you want to come play on a Rob Zombie album? And I'm like, yes. And so I went and played on a Rob Zombie.
You had to think about that for a second.
Yeah, it was one of those weird moments. And I got to play on a Rob Zombie album, and the song's called Two Lane Blacktop. It's on his greatest hits album. Now, John 5 went on to get the gig with him, which is great because John 5 is much better guitar player than I am.
Stop being humble.
I'm better looking, but we're not going to get into that part. But yeah, I got to play on that track, so that gave me a lot of confidence. I was like, holy shit, I just moved here and I got to play on a Rob Zombie album. So
right on.
That happened, and then a buddy of mine said, hey man, did you like Warrant when you were growing up? I'm like, they were awesome. Janie Lane is a killer songwriter at the time. He said, well, come play with Janie Lane. I was like, wow, okay. I hit it off with Janie, and I got to tour with his solo band up until right before he died. And once again, it was another experience. He told me all his stories and how things went down. And we knew a lot of the same people that worked on the Union Underground at Columbia that worked on Warrant. And it was all a big circle out here. So I felt like I was at least keeping busy and making money. that kind of happened. So I was happy. I got to move out of that crappy apartment. That helped.
That's always good. Yeah.
Hey, with you and Jenny, did y'all become really, really good friends? And would y'all hang out? And I mean, how shocking was it for you when you got the call?
It was weird that he'd come over to my apartment and show me Warrant songs, and we'd work on stuff together. We recorded a Judas Priest cover that ended up on a Judas Priest tribute album. That was mind-blowing. And he's a great guy. His addiction pulled him under by the end. And it was a little bit like those friends we've all had where, depending on what day, you didn't always know what you were getting.
Right.
And his addictions claimed him, but when he wasn't feeding those addictions, he was an amazing man and an amazing talent.
No, most definitely, man. I remember when I heard it, I was just completely shocked. But I didn't do a lot of research in it, and I thought he was just depression that killed him. But no, it was substance abuse as well.
Yeah, it was both. Yeah.
Oh man, sad. So what's going on? And then is that when you joined Lita Ford? How did that happen?
I started Heaven Below a few years after that, and we had, we couldn't get a label to sign us. There really wasn't any label signing anybody by this point.
Right.
But we did manage to get a song at radio called When Daylight Dies, and it charted without us having to have a label or management. And once again, that gave us confidence. We ended up recording a cover with William Shatner.
Right.
We did a Rush cover of Subdivisions, and William fucking Shatner came and did a cameo on it because I played on William Shatner's album Seeking Major Tom. I think that was 2011 or 12. And he said, if you ever need anything, Patrick, you just let me know. And 6 months later, we're covering Rush. And I was thinking, who the hell is going to go Subdivisions? And then I was like, holy shit, I need to call William Shatner. And within an hour, he said yes. And that happened. So I had Heaven Below rolling. And even though we've had small successes, it's expensive out here. It wasn't enough to pay the bills. I ended up trying out for Lita Ford because the president of BC Rich Guitars was a buddy of mine from way back in Union Underground days. And he said, Lita's looking for a guitar player. And man, he goes, you can get the gig with your guitar playing, but you can really sing all the backing vocals and shit. He said, you could probably even sing that Ozzy thing. And we both laughed. And less than a few months later, I was singing the Ozzy thing with Lita Ford live.
Yeah, no, I was looking for some content on YouTube, and I saw your audition tape.
Yeah,
like the audition. I was like, wow, that was cool, man. But speaking of that, you want to do? I got a clip of you guys doing "Close My Eyes Forever." Shall we go into that right now? Get yourself a beverage. Because I know you were running late, man. If you need to grab a cold beverage or something,
I'm
man.
gonna go grab something from my fridge. That'd be perfect.
Good. All right, go for it, buddy. Be right back.
I'll be right back.
Heaven is in the palm of my hand.
All right. There we go. I don't know why I didn't play the whole thing.
It's all
Patrick,
good.
you
I'm
there?
opening my packages from Amazon.
Nice.
Can't
What'd you
remember.
get?
I think I ordered after I've been drinking. Let me see.
So you have no idea what you're getting right now.
I forgot. I don't know what it is. Oh, it's a shirt. It's a shirt for the 4th of July.
Nice.
Just here. Oh, nice. Nice.
Fantastic.
Definitely a Patrick
Dude, I
Kennison
think
shirt,
I
man.
think I
Once
was
it's all
drinking
cut up,
before
right?
last 4th of July when I ordered it.
You know what? Do you remember when I called you and I was going to send you, John, and Lita my shirts when I opened my t-shirt company? Yeah, yeah. And dude, I kept asking you, and then you didn't know. Well, I didn't hit you up for a while, and then I was like, "What happened?" Dude, I finally went to the post office, and there they were. I have them, but I really haven't been running. I really haven't been running that company yet. I need to start again, but I got to front it a little bit differently. But I'm definitely going to send y'all some Texas Pink Floyd merchandise, man. You know, someone's got to always call you when you go live, man. So,
dude, you guys been tearing it up. I've been seeing y'all's production. Talk about perception. You guys got it going on.
Thank you, man. Thank you, man. We're trying to work some things out, you know, but with the COVID, we don't know. And the problem with my situation is everything's got to be paid up front, you know, on the production end. So if we get a second wave, I'm out of money, and I can't afford a hit like that. You know,
yeah. When you raise the bar, it comes with a heavy price. You know, we like to keep the bar higher. We're not playing Margaritaville and Sweet Home Alabama at the tavern, so it's gonna be it's gonna be harder.
Yeah, you know, I mean, not throwing numbers out there, Patrick, but you know, alone, man, my light show for an evening is $20,000.
You know what's fucked up? That doesn't sound crazy to me. I'm totally
well, yeah, no, I mean it's not crazy, but then you know, I employ 26 people. I got to fly them in from New York, Los Angeles, put them up in hotel rooms. At the end of the day, man, it's a pretty penny, man, and so I'm learning. You know, fail fast and get back on your feet. And, I never thought I'd be doing a podcast, and I was just I do it because how do I stay viable? how do I keep building the brand? How do we keep moving forward? You know, and you know, I'm not hitting asking hard hitting questions, man. This is my platform for you guys and for my guests and my fans, or not my guests, but and God, I don't want to use the word fans, but you know, to turn them on to my friends and their talents and what they present. So this is your platform. You can say whatever you want. You can promote what you want. You want to talk about your endorsement deal, give them a shout out. This is your platform, man. This is your podium. Give me what you got.
I love it,
Give me what you got.
We got to stay true to ourselves, and sometimes that means spending a lot of money.
Yeah, you know, but God, man, it's just I love where I'm at, though. I don't want to be anywhere else. But again, we don't know. I got a lot of other little companies that want to do some fantastic things with us, and you know, I don't want them to do investments. I don't want to commit to some investing right now until we know a little bit more. Don't get me wrong. We want to definitely get out there and perform, but you know, our production is so huge. It's like, I really don't feel comfortable doing like, you know, a B band, if you will, and break it down from the 12.
I get it. Lita Ford's the same way. She knows what people expect of her, and she doesn't dip below that. So, you know, you got to pick and choose your battles and make it count when you do hit.
Right. Yeah. And so that's where we're at. But we are working a lot of things, and I'm kind of excited. I don't know if you follow, you know, we're coming out with our own beer right now.
Nice.
Yeah, and it's called Texas Pink Floyd. It's going to have our logo right in the middle, and on the bottom it reads "Dark Side of the Brew." And
see, that's a great idea.
Yeah, no, it's marketing. And then you know, I'm coming out with a seltzer as well, and that one is same thing. Texas Pink Floyd. The logo. Wish you were beer. You know, change it. You know,
can
play
count
out.
on me to help promote. You got my
Good.
support.
Good. So we're trying to do this. I got these companies that really want to push a festival, but like, again, we do not know. But you know, now I don't need beer companies when I'm going to do a festival, right? I sell my water, I sell my Terp water, I sell my beers. It's coming in on all angles, you know. It's like, because I can't afford to lose, man. I got to find other avenues to funnel the cash flow to keep my boys employed and keep everyone. I'm totally blessed with the talents of musicians that I do have, and I know you've watched it. And I remember right when I released it, I sent you a copy, you know, and I was excited. You dug it, and I've loved everything you've done. And you know what? We're two San Antonio, Texas boys, you know, and we just keep working hard. Always. Yeah. So what are y'all's plans right now?
Well, the last I heard from Live Nation via Alice Cooper, Lita Ford, we had this big Alice Cooper, Lita Ford tour that obviously got hit with the madness. Last I heard, we're going to be doing all those dates October, November, December. It's a fall thing now. I hope it's okay for me to say that. But that's the last I heard. I saw some Lita dates in September on a calendar. I hope it's okay for me to say that too. So I'm holding tight, man. I've used all this time to finish my other baby, which is Heaven Below. I've been staying busy from right as soon as this outbreak happened. I thought, I got to finish this fucking cover album. And that's what it did, and it came out today. Right.
No, and I'm glad you're honored. Do you want to promote it? Where can they find it? It's on all platforms. Where are you at?
It's everywhere. It's on all the digital platforms. If anybody wants the actual physical CD, they have to go to heavenbelow.com. And what we did is the CD is a double CD. The second disc is every cover we've ever released and recorded, plus some new ones. The first disc is called Rest in Pieces, and it's all songs from artists that have left us. So it's Queen, AC/DC for, you know, Bon and Malcolm. It's Pantera for the brothers. It's Alice in Chains for Lane Staley. It's Chris Cornell from Audioslave. We do one of his songs. We do a Johnny Cash tune. We do a Linkin Park one for Chester. And it just kind of conceptualized over time. And it's called Rest in Pieces, a tribute to the departed. And it finally came out.
Nice. So did you have to get any permissions, or you guys just went ahead and recorded it, or should something happen? You know, you deal with it then, or how does that work? Because I
recorded it first, a lot of the songs, and then we're like, oh shit, there's legalities behind this. I know this from years. I've known this. Luckily, the internet is set up now to where it's pretty easy to license the songs. So we were able to license them really easily. And I'll be honest, for anybody listening out there, if you want to record a cover song and you want to put it out online, it's very easy. It doesn't cost a ton of money, and it is easy to acquire a license that lets you do it.
See, and you know what I've been doing when I've been doing the Pink Floyd thing, I just release them for free. You know, go to the website, kind of like, I'll give you these 8 songs, but hey, I'm just asking for your email. I'm asking for your email address. And I didn't want to get caught up again in those legalities and like, well, you're making money. You know, I have some blessings, but nothing's on paper. And I got the okay, so I'm okay. But you know, you and I need to talk a little bit further after the show.
Hell yeah.
A couple of days later, man. You know, maybe something that I do not know that you can guide me through, man. But
it's easy
from what I've heard,
expecting, you'll be blown away how easy it is.
Right. I don't know. I just always felt weird, like if it's not my tune.
Well, you don't get to, of course, the writer, whoever owns the song, makes most of the publishing money.
Correct.
You are still entitled to a performance royalty.
Mechanical, right.
You know, and nowadays with the streaming, we all know that it's very little money to come in from streaming. If you have 1 million songs streamed, which Heaven Below does, it comes out to low thousands. It's not hundreds of thousands.
Well, wonderful, man. And so what's going on with Heaven Below? Do you guys have any dates?
We don't. We had a San Antonio show. We were going to do our album release party for Rest in Pieces at Fitzgerald's, and the COVID killed that. But we're definitely going to come and play there anyway at some point. I don't know when. We're going to have to see how everything starts to open up. I understand that it's going to be small bars and venues before we start seeing bigger venues. But we're just going to have to wait and see. I told everybody we can't make 6 months or a year plan. You can only plan for 1 or 2 months right now, you know? Right.
And then again, we don't know what's going to happen after that. And that's, again, going back to like our show, right? Like you're with Lita Ford and y'all book them out, right? Y'all are booked out. For me, you know, if you're booking a theater show, you need a minimum of 90 days, right? A minimum of 90 days to promote and market the show. Yeah. But that's the thing. I don't know where we're at. And again, a second wave comes in, man, I take the hit. So I'm just being leery on my end, you know.
I just tell people this. We get deposits from venues, from promoters. We don't touch them. They just stay in escrow. They stay in an account. And I tell the guys, I go, just pretend that money's not even there.
Right.
Until we can actually have, you know, flights booked and tour buses rented or whatever, that money just sits. Don't touch it.
Right. So did y'all have shows lined up when the COVID hit? And like the ones that you did have and maybe you had pre-sale, what did y'all do with those shows? Did y'all move them to a later day?
We were about to do the pre-sale and the shit hit. It was actually a blessing that it wasn't after the pre-sale. We were about to go live with it, literally, and within that week. And we said, hold on, stand back. We don't know what's going to happen. As far as Lita Ford, Alice Cooper tour, Live Nation is like their own government. And they you know, let bands know what's going to happen. And they just said, okay, postponed. Then you hear the word canceled. And then next, you know, the latest, like I said, is October, November, December for Lita Alice Cooper tour. That's what I heard. So I guess you just kind of freeze. You just kind of go, nothing's in stone. We don't know. So I don't like to tell people one way or the other.
No. Well, it's kind of a blessing, right? That you didn't get all the pre-sale ticket money, and then you're like, well, what do we do, right? I mean, normally we would probably send it back because then again, you don't know how far do you postpone it, you know?
I don't know. I tend to say no money is really our money until after the show or after the sale of something. I don't know. I don't know if we're just getting older, but nowadays I see an amount of money and then I think about how much taxes are on it. It's only taken me 40 something years to go, it's not $5,000. It's 30% less than $5,000.
No, I hear you, man. I got some teams, some sponsorships, and you know, I got some checks to fund this beer product and what we're trying to do. And you know, same thing. It's on hold, man. You know, there's a couple of other investors that were working with me. And, you know, with no shows, you know, they're like, hey, where's our money? I'm like, well, your merch. You know, the deal is when we have a concert, you make the money when I have a concert. But now it's been so long, it's like they want their money. You know what I mean? But then I get allocated some funds to move forward with the brewing of the beer. You know what I mean? So it's
I
like,
know
man,
my dad always says, "Don't rob Peter to pay Paul," and I'm like, "Who's Peter and who's Paul?" He's like, "They're in the Bible."
right.
But it
Oh
always
man.
ends up that way. I'm like, there was nobody named Peter in the Beatles, Dad.
So what's going on with your love life?
Oh, we're doing it. Okay.
You doing it? I saw her when we were on break because I see the hidden videos. If you want to bring her on and say hello and talk about her contribution,
She's actually in her place. We live less than 2 miles from each other. We were friends for well over a year. She plays with the Iron Maidens. Her name is Nikki Stringfield, and she sat in with Heaven Below to just cover one of our old guitar players, and then she ended up staying, and we loved her. And it just kind of happened. We were both single. We were in relationships off and on with other people, and we always just tried to kind of hold the floodgates back as we do. We try to be professional. You tell people, "Oh, she's like my little sister," and then she tells people, "Oh, he's like my big brother." And at some point, it becomes Game of Thrones, and brother and sister are banging. I'm just being funny.
Oh look, no, I don't.
No, it lined up very mutually and very. I guess love isn't professional unless it's prostitution, but we're both very professional about it. You know, there wasn't any behind the back shit. And,
Right.
you know, when you hang out with one of your best friends and they're that attractive, it's kind of different. Man, the floodgates just finally broke. That's all I can really say.
Right. Well, congratulations on that part,
Thank
man.
you.
So she's with Heaven Below?
Yeah,
I mean, is she with the Iron Maidens?
Player.
Is she with the Iron Maidens as well, or she left them and she's now full on board with Heaven Below?
No, she still does the Iron Maidens. As you know, the Maidens are one of the biggest tribute bands in the world, especially as far as heavy metal female. So that's a big gig for her. She does that, and then of course I play Lita Ford, and we do Heaven Below in between the Maidens and Lita Ford as much as we can.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, man, I tell you, she rocks, man. She's got some skill.
She has her own solo album that I helped produce. We weren't in a couple when I produced the solo album. We were all professional. And she's a badass singer, too. She doesn't just play guitar. She sings her ass off. So on the new Heaven Below cover album, Rest in Pieces, she's singing all the Alice in Chains harmonies, the stuff on the Linkin Park cover. She's on, you hear her all over the whole album, not just guitar.
That's awesome, man. There's a couple of people in here want to know what kind of gear you're using right now. Like Oz Ortega, he wants to talk about your gear, bro.
Oz, okay. How much have you smoked today, Oz?
That's a good question. And why isn't he sharing?
Yeah, let me see. I got a lot of gear. This is my part of my home studio here. For guitar rigs, I'm a Kemper guy. That is a new piece of gear that is the first digital piece of guitar gear that lives up to the power of a tube amp. It's not a modeler. It's not a simulator. It profiles amplifiers. You record amplifiers with this thing, and it saves it on a hard disk. And then you plug your guitar in, and it sounds identical to what the amp you recorded.
That's badass.
So now, do you use that? Did you use that on your Lita Ford, like to get the true tonalities of all the years of her records?
Well, I don't necessarily like change it for every part of her career, but like for example, I recorded my Marshall 50-watt head, and it recorded it, and it analyzes it, and then it turns it into a profile, and I plug my guitar in. And when you do the blind test, I've been playing guitar since I was 11 years old, and I'm in my 40s now. I cannot tell the difference between the Kemper and my amp when I turn my back. The technology is there. You know how we got face recognition and thumbprint recognition? That technology is on music shit now.
Right. But what do you think makes it so true that it also measures and records the movement of the air, right? Is that the difference between regular digital pedals?
It does a couple things. It records what's coming out of the cabinet, but it also records direct out of like the effects loop and stuff like that. It takes what they call it a digital snapshot,
Right.
and then it decides how to turn that into a profile that's a piece of information that's small. And before, when they were doing modeling and simulating, they would make these guitar sounds out of like noise, not like white and pink noise. This isn't like that. This takes a digital snapshot of the given amplifier in the cabinet. And I don't know the full shit behind it, but I can tell you, man, it's fucking crazy.
No, it is. It's
crazy as fuck. I don't know why it sounds exactly like my amp or whatever amp that it took a snapshot of, but it does.
No, absolutely. Right.
And of course, it's way expensive. Of course, it costs too much money.
Right. No, they are very expensive.
Price, when I got the artist price, I was like, God damn, that's expensive.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, what model you got? You got the portable like amp version of it, right?
It's called the Power Rack. It's in a rack case. Shit, I have it right over here. It's in a rack case and it's 3 space and it only weighs 16 pounds.
Now, but that's a rack unit, right? That's for your home studio?
Yeah, I actually take that out with Lita Ford and Heaven Below also. I can't go without it anymore. I'm
right.
done with tube amps.
Well, but I thought you had the carry head version of it.
Nope, mine's the rack one.
Okay, cool, man. I thought I saw a video of you and you had that version of it.
It might have been my buddy that lives by me down here. My producer friend has one like that.
Gotcha. Hey, Hutch, I don't know what's going on there. I keep hearing all this noise, and when I mute you, it's gone.
I have no idea, bro.
All right. Just making sure. So we'll go in. I don't hear it now, so I don't know. It's like you say, maybe the interwebs. I don't know what's going on in that other room over there.
Our good buddy Dylan Emery wants to know if you have any hair advice for me.
I do. I have a lot of. Let me see. I'm blessed with the half Mexican. I'm a half Mexican Irish. I'm blessed with the hair. This whole quarantine, my girlfriend got mad. She's like, "You need to start washing your fucking hair." So I guess not washing has kept my hair. I don't know, but
maybe that was it. I used to have hair like down to like almost the crack of my ass, and I lost that at about 24, 25. I started going like bald right here, and I decided I didn't want to look like Bobcat Goldthwait, so I just shaved it all off.
Hey, it works, man. It's amazing I even have hair, because in Union Underground, I did that Nikki Sixx hair. I had that fucking flat iron with all that shit. The fact that I even have any hair is probably amazing.
Right.
Yeah, I know. I look at Andrew.
You remember me?
I hate him every day.
Patrick?
Yeah.
I always bleached it. That was my problem. You never bleached yours. Well, no, you did, right? Put those red.
A little bit. When I had the red, it was bleached, and then they put red in it, and that shit fucks your hair up. But
and your pillowcases.
My parents are in their 80s, and they got full heads of hair, and my grandparents always had a lot of hair. So I got the taco gland, though. I can gain weight by smelling tacos.
Hey, by the way, how's John Younger, man? How's he doing?
He's doing good. He lives in Burbank. He lives like 20 miles from me. By day, he does video editing for shows that are on Netflix and shit. He's a graphic artist. All the Heaven Below stuff that everybody sees, everybody goes, man, that looks so cool. Usually it's John Younger, or I get a badass photographer to shoot the band, and then John Younger is able to put these cool effects and all this shit in it.
Yeah. Man, I wish we could get him on the show, man. I haven't spoken with John in so long.
Oh, dude,
and we used to roll together, man. Yeah, dude. And next time I'm in LA, we got to get together. I go up there, and but a lot of times I know you're on the road, so I don't even hit you up because I just look on your Facebook and you're in Florida or something with Lita Ford or something. So. But we'll definitely got to get together.
I'm Billy Ray Cyrus.
Yeah.
I just saw that. That is too bad. Dude, I got to give you props on your shirt too, man. I noticed it was like the Nostromo shirt. I'm a huge Alien fan, so I'm like,
I'm a monster Alien fan. I got all that shit. I got so much Alien stuff like that. I love that shit.
God, man, I saw this a while back whenever I was going to the comic book store. They had this like it looked like a life-size face hugger. And I wanted it so bad, but they were charging like $250, and I was like, man, I can't afford that. My wife would kill me.
We got to get that shirt. I saw the shirt that has the face hugger, and the shirt says "free hugs."
Free hugs, yeah. I see that one too. That's awesome. Billy Ray Virus. That's a good one.
That's me. Can you imagine if Miley Cyrus has any daddy issues and like she hit it off with me? That would be like so dangerous.
Oh,
right.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
They would
Hey, John.
Billy Ray Virus.
Hey, I see that, John.
Miley's too skanky for me.
Hey, John Hossel, we see you out there, man. Do me a favor. Message us your email, man. Let's pull you in. Let's talk about what Patrick has done with you.
His country thing?
Yeah, I know you're on it. I used to follow Haas. I used to follow Haas when he was doing like, I don't know, what was it, like a Monday radio show with another.
You mean when he was Little Haas? You did back to you with Little Haas.
Hey, Little Haas, man, on the comments, enter your email, man, and we'll pull you in. Go to your email, make sure you have Chrome uploaded, and we'll pull you in, sir.
Somebody mentioned Chris Boss.
What? I mean,
yes, that was Wes Harkins.
Dude,
have you talked to anybody?
Chris Boss playing the Riverwalk one of the Christmases I was home, and we jammed. It was one of the funnest times I've had in a long time.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, the last time I saw him, we ran into each other at a Spurs game, man. He's a avid Spurs fanatic as well as I am, and
as am I.
Yeah, and if he's not performing the national anthem, he's in the crowd, you know. And lately,
hell yeah.
It was with his little son. He's got the cutest little boy, man.
Oh, I love it. I like keeping up with him on social media and stuff.
Yeah, we really don't talk much, but I do follow him. I do stay in touch and see what he's doing. And hey, I'm proud of him. You know, I feel he's I feel he was one that should have done something. Not that he did it.
Jenkins.
You know what I mean?
This guy is badass right here, Ken Jenkins.
What does he do?
If it's the Ken Jenkins that works for Kiss and Bret Michaels, we love him.
Yeah. What's his role? What does he do?
He does pyro for Kiss. If it's the same
nice.
Ken Jenkins, I hope it is.
Wow, nice. So what else you got going on, Patrick? Tell everyone about your guitar. Aren't you coming out with your own signature series guitar?
I am. I'm coming out with a signature series guitar. I don't have a date. I just got you'll like this.
Is it in production already?
It's not in production, but I did get a one-off that was custom made for my boy in Dallas, Texas. It is Schecter authorized. It's American made, handmade. I call it the Mean Manalishi. Some people call it the Joker.
Dude, that's beautiful. I like that.
It's like if country was satanic.
Nice.
Billy Ray Virus style.
What kind of tremolo is that? Is that a Floyd Rose? What is that?
It's actually an FU tone, which is better than a Floyd Rose. It's like an all-American made, handmade tremolo with the big ass brass block in the back. Oh,
very nice.
Yeah.
And so your signature series is gonna kind of be modified after that, or
I don't know yet. I just started getting into the design and what body before the Billy Ray Virus hit. And I got sidetracked. I don't know what's going to happen. Should I do a V? Should I do a Evil Telecaster? Maybe I'll do an Explorer. I don't know.
Right. Well, at least you got that in the making and the works. I mean,
hell yeah, I'm excited about that. I've always wanted my own guitar, so it's tough. You got to make it something that you want customized, but that somebody would go into Guitar Center and go, "I want that right there." They need to like it before they even see a name on it.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. God. So, I mean, what pickups are those?
This is DiMarzio. Larry DiMarzio made 10 of these custom pickups. Joe Satriani got one. I know John Petrucci got one. I got number 4. I don't know Adriel, I don't know why these people are giving me all this love like I'm more famous than I am, but I get like crazy shit. Probably because I play with Lita and I'm cute. I don't know.
No, but you work hard, man. They see your work ethic, man. Let's just keep it real. Let's just keep it real, man. Well, that's very nice. what? Since we're speaking on guitars, and I know you're a very fast picker, and I saw something 200 BPMs per minute. I saw that video a while back, but I was looking for content. It was nice, and you were talking about keeping up with your drummer, and you had these nice. Everybody, go look up Patrick Kennison on YouTube. This video doesn't show enough if you do not know who he is. But what gauge strings do you?
Sample.
Just saying. Elixir. I got these. I got them right here. I use Elixir.
Let me guess.
Strings are they're more expensive than most strings you'll see, but once you try them, these fucking strings will last for like 8 to 10 gigs. Usually, as you guys know, your sweat and shit, it causes the string to go dead after 1 or 2 gigs. I have played 8 to 10 gigs with the same strings. My tech is like, how are those strings so fucking bright? I guess they're like they're coated with some kind of shit that doesn't get your oil on them. I don't know what it is, but they're so fucking, they last forever, and that's why they cost more. And this is an amazing company. It's called Elixir. Yeah,
I know them very well. Did they send them out to you when it first happened, and you're like a believer? Do you get a little artist discount?
I bought them one time when I was playing some acoustic shows because I got tired of replacing strings every show. And I said, I'm going to drop the big money on these fucking strings. And if they're a joke, I'll never buy them again.
And
I played 8 fucking acoustic shows with the same set of strings.
And what do they run?
I think they're over 10, under $20. I turned John Younger onto him. John Younger said, there's no way these strings are going to last for more than 2 gigs. That's got to be a joke. I go, here, go ahead, try them. John Younger, who's the most skeptical bass player ever, comes back to me and goes, those are amazing. Marty O'Brien's on them. It's I always tell people, if you like changing strings, don't get Elixir. But if you want the shit to last for more gigs than it should, take one ride and you'll go, holy shit, how is this still bright?
Who actually likes changing strings?
Exactly.
Yeah. Dude, everybody likes that axe, man. They're telling you it looks killer.
Yeah. You want me to show off some other guitars? I got all kinds of badass shit in here.
Oh yeah, show off everything you got, man.
All right, here we go. Hold on, I'm gonna bring it in. I got a buzz now, so I'm gonna start bringing in good shit. This was a Christmas present from Robin Zander of Cheap Trick.
Oh my God. That is beautiful.
There it is.
Wow.
It's his Dream Police guitar. He played a few days before Christmas by my house. And I had asked the president of Schecter Guitars, who I'm endorsed with now, I got to have a Robin Zander signature guitar. He goes, man, those are rare. We don't make those anymore. I was like, fuck. About a week later, the president says, hey, you're on the list for Robin Zander's solo show by your house. And I was like, what? So I go down there, and after the show, Robin's tour manager says, Patrick, Robin's ready for you upstairs. I'm like, ready for me upstairs? What the fuck does that mean? I go up there, and Robin has the guitar from the show. He goes, Merry Christmas, and gave me this fucking guitar.
Dude, that is so badass.
I'm not going to lie. I cried on the way home.
I would have too.
I even got his nasty strap was all sweaty. He goes, sorry for the sweat. I'm like, what the fuck? So yeah, I used this Rest in Pieces on the AC/DC cover of Touch Too Much. This is Malcolm guitar part was played on here.
That is insanely cool.
Let me see. What else do I got that y'all will
Sorry, guys. For some reason, I got kicked off there, but I'm back in.
Oh, no worries, bro.
This one's from somebody you guys know.
I know exactly. I met him. I know him.
Okay.
I know exactly who it's from.
So when I was in Union Underground, when we were doing that thing in Santa Monica for the WWE, a band right across the hall was called Brides of Destruction. And Nikki Sixx was signing stuff for people. And of course, I ended up with this bass right here.
Wow.
And you can read it underneath the pick guard there.
That's kick ass.
So when I joined Lita Ford, I go, Lita, some badass people have given me some badass instruments. So I'm ready for my Lita Ford Warlock. I still haven't got it yet.
Hey, Pat, while you're there, man, fire it up, man. Play us something.
Oh, what do I have? I don't know if I'm plugged in. I just repatched a lot of my studio. Let me see. I'll give you something on acoustic.
Cool.
What do we got? This is a brand new Schecter New Orleans 12-string. I think they put them out. I got one a while back. No, I'm
there
not
you
playing
go,
Floyd. Let me see. Can you hear that?
Yes, sir.
I don't know what to play. Let me think. Let me see. This one's on the new album. The cover one. This is the first one we did for that album, I think. On a cobweb afternoon in a room full of emptiness by a freeway, I confess I was lost in the pages of a book full of death, reading how we die alone, and if we're good, we'll lay to rest anywhere we wanna go. In your house, I long to be, room by room, patiently I wait for you there, like a stone. I wait for you there alone. So the Audio Slave cover is on our brand new Rest in Pieces album. So
Right. While you were stuck in traffic, Patrick, I played the entire video.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, but now they get to, they heard the live version of it. Do us a favor, man. Give us one of your Heaven and Below originals. I know we're promoting your new record, but I don't want everybody who does not know you think that you're just doing covers.
No problem. This song's called When Daylight Dies. It got on radio years back, and it blew us away that anybody even wanted to put it on radio. And the acoustic version has gotten a lot of attention since then. Let me see. It's
Yeah, I love that too, man.
Still I count the days and nights since I survived this lonely abyss is the place that I've learned to hide. But the memories conflict with the story I keep in my mind. Then reality comes over me like darkness to blind. I can't live without your love, and I can't die. But still I'm standing in the rain when daylight dies. Little part of it for you. I'm not warmed up, but
yeah, I know. Yeah. No. I mean, that was great. Thank you so much, man. I'm not trying to put you on the spot, but I know how you jump in and you go for it, man. That's what we do.
Wait, I'm gonna do Cemetery Gates for Johnny Blackout.
All right.
I don't know the vocals. I'm just fucking around. How's the vocals go for that song? Reverend. Asking for Pantera Unplugged. Listen to that man.
So, we'll still keep having more of a personal conversation. Any shout outs you need to do that you would like to do?
God, so many. Let me see. I want to shout out everybody that played on Rest in Pieces. It's already gotten a lot of attention. People are digging it. I gotta say, it's not just Heaven Below on there. My buddy Jesse Bilson, that is an amazing producer, played some tracks on it. He played some instruments.
Y'all used to play together though, correct?
He
right?
Was, he was the guitar player in Heaven Below. He's gone on to produce music for major motion pictures and all kinds of indie films and stuff on Netflix. He played some amazing tracks. Kat Scarlett is an amazing piano player that played on it. Our boy Devin Lawrence, who does harmonica, played on Ain't No Grave. Let me see. Some of the Iron Maidens sang backing vocals on We Will Rock You. I want to thank them and their boyfriends that did that. Those are the shout outs, man. And I got to tell you, when you get your friends to play on stuff, your badass friends, suddenly your band starts to sound real badass. So if anybody did Rest in Pieces, you're back.
I agree, right? You start pulling them out and they're ready to work and willing to work, and it just goes to another level when they are just as passionate about it.
That's right. This album would not be what it is. I don't care if it sells 1 copy or 1 million. My friends made it sound killer.
Right. And that's what I say.
You might play it on Amazon because I can't find it on Amazon yet.
I know Amazon is like dropping the ball. I know it's supposed to be on there, and I remember them telling us that it takes longer. But of course, it's Spotify, Apple Streaming, iTunes, Google Play. I know it's on there. I'll find out why Amazon's taking extra long.
All right,
cool. So where can I purchase it in its entirety? I want to get the CD. I'm so old school, man. I like
for the CD.
Okay.
And that goes through our distributor, Broken Halo Media, and it comes with 2 CDs. It's like 24 cover songs and a signed poster and shit.
Right. Hey, so going back to that, I'm back to your Heaven Below original stuff. Even since we were kids, when you were with Poison Heat, all the bands, you were always top notch, top bar. You raised the bar as far as merchandise and whatnot. Tell everyone about your coffin boxes.
Yeah. Okay. So we met this guy out of Nevada, this old dude in his 80s. Wood.
Hey, and Patrick, real quick, do you have one laying around in your studio that you could show people what we're talking about?
I don't.
No?
They sell out fast. I even had to sell mine. We sell them for $100. This guy gets this dead wood from a forest and builds these fucking coffins, and then we get our graphics of our Virgin Mary, and then we do photos with us dead inside, and it has a special CD that floats in it, and we fill it up with merch, and people buy them for $100. They sell out fast, and I'm hoping to get some more. I haven't heard from Coffin Joe. He's an old guy that builds them by hand. They look evil and crazy. And, I grew up on Kiss and Motley Crue and Metallica, and I always thought that's cool merch. That's pretty cool. So I just try to apply those ideas to my band.
That's good to see, man. I'm going to have to get in touch with him because I really want to get one of those.
They're crazy, man. I wish I had one, but people are always like, I gotta have it.
Yeah, John Elson says he has one. It's badass.
Yeah, they're real wood. It's not cardboard. It's not paper. It's real.
And he's like in his 80s?
This old dude, Coffin Joe, I forget the name of his company. Yeah, he's in his 80s. And his wife is like, why are you making those weird coffins? He's like, because people want them.
That's amazing.
Patrick and his band want them. I'm going to make them.
Right. It's money. It's income while drinking a Shiner Bock. Hey, John Hossel, man, throw up your email, man. We'll invite you in just real quick. All right. Let's see where he's at. So tell everybody. Okay, so Departure was released today, but today was the release of the video, if I'm not mistaken, or what's going on with the Iron Maiden?
Check this out. So this kind of came up. This happened. I'll spare you the long story, but in 2 days, we have a video of a collaboration. It's the Iron Maidens and Heaven Below, and Nikki plays in both. We recorded Iron Maiden's Power Slave 35th anniversary last summer, and we shot a really cool music video. And it comes out in 2 days, and you just got to see it. Eddie Trunk already got a hold of it, and he's
nice.
trying to claim putting it out first. But I guess maybe you guys might put it out first.
Yeah,
I don't even have to see it. I just need to hear it.
and the video shot by John. Well, hired a crew, and then John did all the editing.
We had a real crew. John did some of the editing and the graphic presentation, but we did have to use a real crew. It's shot really high quality, and it looks like we spent $1 million, but we did spend too much money, but not $1 million.
Well, it's already doing well then, right?
We pulled a Texas Pink Floyd, and we spent too much money on it.
Right. I had this one guy tell me, he came in and he was going to be my business manager. First thing he tells me when he walks in the studio, he's like, Adriel, stop competing with yourself. You know, because we're the same way. It's full bar, man. We're all in. I mean, we're gonna
do it. What if this is our only chance? Yeah, this could be our only time on this earth. We don't know.
Yeah, and again, I'm blessed with sponsorships and everything that's coming in, and I'll be able to, take care of the ones that are no longer with me, because of certain situations. Not that it's a bad thing, but it's just, again, the COVID thing. But during this COVID thing, I think the band has been growing. It's unbelievable what's been coming my way, and these were things that back in the day when I launched, I wanted to have a beer, and I went to retail, and they had a certain artist, a band from Austin, and they got dropped. So when I heard they got dropped, what did I do? My project manager and myself, we just marched right in there like, all right, let's talk. Who do we need to talk to? And, we had about 5 meetings, within a month and a half. And then it just kind of like dissipated. I would call, there was no callbacks. It just went under. So I let it be. And I said, it's going to happen, and let it happen organically. There's other things that I need to focus on before that. And now here we are, and like I said, I'm going to have 3 different beverage products coming up. And
that's the ambition. People have to catch up with some of our ambitions. It takes a while. And one of my buddies told me, who's super successful, says, you do great shit. You got to wait sometimes for other people to catch up to it, the public.
Right.
He goes,
right.
When you're ambitious, you're always thinking about step 5 because you've already went through 1 and 4. And sometimes we got to sit back and go, we're moving forward. People got to catch up. I get it.
Right. And that's basically what happened on my end. I was having a meeting with a certain brewery here in San Antonio, and I kind of posted because I was excited about it. And, we're in discussions, we're in talks, we're having meetings. And I tell you what, right after that, every brewery in Texas started hitting me up, and I'm like, all right. Where now I own all the intellectual property. I own everything. I own the recipe. I'm glad I didn't take the first one, or what we were working with, because I wasn't going to own everything. And the marriage hadn't worked, they were still going to have my recipe. Then if I go to another brewery, this beer sucks. Your first one was great. We don't want all that. You know what I mean?
Politics, it's like music business. Yeah. Politics go for days. Yeah.
Yeah. No. But this is exciting, and tomorrow. I thought we were going to finalize last Tuesday, but hopefully we finalize this tomorrow. Our meeting's at 6, and they're all in, they're all aboard, and there's no greed. There's no, there's some serious conversation going on the back end as far as the business end. Even owning stock and
let it float around the universe. I always say, just let it float around the universe and come back to you.
Mm-hmm.
If we squeeze it too hard, it goes through our fingers.
Right, exactly. It's like, squeezing a handful of sand, the harder you squeeze it, the more it falls between the fingers and out the sides, and just hold it gently. Hold it gently. Yes. Listen and let's move forward and work together and network. And hence Texas Pink Floyd, with the sponsorships that I have, my goal was to grow together. Hey, don't get me wrong. If PlayStation hit me up, I'll be like, yeah, we'll record a song or whatever. I'm just saying. But I wanted these small mom and pops businesses here in Texas, and especially San Antonio. But if you're within Texas, let's work together. Let's grow. Let's intertwine the product. I mean, of course, we got to fit together, but let's help one another. Let's grow. Let's turn me on to your people. I'll turn you on to my people, and let's grow. Let's push together. Let's just move forward and grow together. Some people.
If only politicians would think like that.
Right. Well, John, Patrick, I want to when you do know that there's going to be a San Antonio day, please let me know. I know I'll know. Of course, you're going to post it, but we got to get together. I know a couple years back we did it like I went to 2 annuals at John Hossel's place. You know, you
Hell
come
yeah.
into town, we throw a barbecue, we're having drinks, we're just all catching up and being one again. You know, and I love where we're all at. You know, I love where we're at.
Hell yeah, me too, man. Thanks for having me on here. Anytime you need me, I'm here.
Dude, I appreciate you. Before we go, is there anything else you want to think real quick that you might not have thought about to speak on? Or
I just want to thank everybody for supporting all my endeavors way back in Union Underground days and before till now. Thank you. I still consider myself a San Antonio person. I've lived out here in LA since 2003. But I am Texas. Somebody told me I was a red Mexican, and I'll take it. I guess that sounds like home to me.
Well, and real quick, going back to that, like you said, you're back in LA. What prompted you to go, you know what? I'm going to pack my bags and move to LA.
It was Yeah, Union Underground was done for me. And I didn't want to go back to San Antonio and talk about the days of yore and back when we hung out with Ozzy on the Ozfest, all this shit. I said, I got a taste of it. It's like somebody giving you a taste of the best steak ever and then saying, now go eat dog food. And not that San Antonio's dog food. I'm just saying getting away from ambition. And so I said, fuck this. I'm going to LA. I'm going to keep going. I'm going to do something. I don't know what, but I'm going to do something.
Right. You know, last week I had the Chris Pettis band on here, and you know, it was the same thing for me. Like once it dissolved from the Grammy and playing sold out arenas and being with Manon and the Watch It tour, and it was, you know, pack your bags for 3 weeks. You know, we didn't come home for a year and a half, and I absolutely loved it, dude. I prefer living in the bus and hotels. No
Me
phone.
Too. It's hard to go back to a normal life after you are doing your craft for a lot of people. Yeah,
you know, and I'm going to tell you something, Patrick. You know, I suffer from social panic disorder, man. When it all happened, and I came home, and it wasn't that no one cared. It was just it was back to reality. I guess we live outside of reality, but it is what we do. And, you know, it was just, I couldn't handle it, dude. And I remember, you know, for 2 years, I suffered from that. And they wanted to put me on, you know, Xanax and Boost Bar and all that. And it was finally up to me, like, no, man, pull yourself out. You're better than this. My thing was, I didn't know where I was going to go. And the great thing is what I was telling the guys is like, you know what? If it wasn't for y'all believing in me, plus the accolades we have, I wouldn't have what I have. So I'm very thankful for them, you know, and you just got to look at what it is and make sure you're making the right decisions, you know, and move forward. You know,
absolutely. Megan Kopp, shout out to Megan. I miss you too, Megan.
What's up, Megan?
Yeah, but you're right. Yeah, you just gotta. As you get older, you realize that time is fleeting and it's a window, and so you want to do what's best, obviously.
Right. Exactly. Well, once again, man, thank you so much. Tell your family hello. I miss your brother. God, I haven't seen him in forever. And
he's doing great. Yeah.
Yeah. And your mom and dad. I saw a photo with you and your mom the other day. I wouldn't say it was.
Yeah, they're still kicking it. They've been married for like almost 65 years.
That's incredible. That's a beautiful. It's not like that anymore. You know what I mean?
Nope.
Hey,
but I mean, again,
I've been married 20 years. It's gonna be 21 years this year, so we're making our way.
Hell yeah, that's awesome.
Well, yeah. Well, please tell them I said hello if they remember. I was looking for John Hossel. He's not on here. And thank you again, Pat. Anything I can do for you when you're in town or before you come in town and you need something, call me. This, you know, reservations at a restaurant or something for you and your girl, you know, y'all want your own night and you have a day off, let me know. I know all the culinary world up in here and set you up in a nice place. Thank you again for everything you do. I love your energy. I love you. I miss you. And I thank you for your support coming on here.
Thank you, brother. Love you. Miss you too. Thanks for
having me. I love
me
you
on.
too, man.
Great
You're
to
very
meet you.
welcome.
Take care, man.
You guys too.
And what I'm going to do. All right, buddy, you be good. And what I'm going to do for the new viewers that came in here, we're going to go ahead and shut this down, but I'm going to run a quick video which I'm looking, and I can see on my end as administrator here. I'm going to shut it down one last time with your video of Like a Stone. Ladies and gentlemen, Patrick Kennison, thank you so much. Thank you for your time. We'll get together soon. You stay safe and keep healthy.
Thank you, guys.
Welcome, buddy.
All right. We'll see you.
On a cobweb afternoon. On a cobweb afternoon in a room full of emptiness by a freeway, I confess I was lost in the pages of a book full of death, reading how we die alone, and if we're good we're laid to rest anywhere we wanna go. In your house I long to be, room by room, patiently I wait for you there, like a stone. I wait for you there, alone. And on my deathbed I will pray to the gods and the angels, like a pagan or anyone who will take me to heaven, to a place that I recall. I was there so long ago. The sky was bruised, the wine was bled, and there you led me on. In your house I long to be, room by room, patiently I wait for you there, like a stone. I wait for you there, alone, alone. And on I read until the day was gone, and I sat and regret of all the things I've done, for all that I've blessed and all that I've wronged. In dreams until my death I will wander on. In your house I long to be, room by room, patiently I'll wait for you there, like a stone. I'll wait for you there, alone, alone.
Dude, that's freaking
Much.
amazing. Yeah.
Yeah, no, it is. Another one in the books. I love you.
Indeed.
Thank you for being here with me all the time, man.
All right,
We'll
man.
talk here in a second.
Thanks for having me. Yeah.
I'll see. Yeah, always. I'll talk to you in a bit. Thank you for your time. Thank you for your support as well and being part of the show. And we'll see you next week, buddy.
Yeah, I'll see you next week. Everybody out there, stay safe, keep rocking. We'll be right here again next week.
Beautiful. Good night, everyone. Thank you all so much.
Good night.